School. We've got Pamela Christie here, our new social studies teacher, and we're going to talk to her about what makes her tick.
Hi parents and students of Menaul School, my name is Pamela Christie and I am the new 2009 social studies teacher for high school students. It's great to be here.
Why are you excited to teach history at Menaul School?
I'm excited because this is a really new opportunity for me, kind of changing gears in my career right now, and I've always had a passion for history, and I've always really loved being a student, and I'm really excited to kind of turn that around now and be a teacher.
Cool. How you bring your passion together with your passion for history to the classroom? How will that come across?
I think that I will be scheduling a lot of activities. I think that you need to get involved in the history. You need to get involved in the primary sources. Reading the secondary sources is really just supplemental material. And you really need to get down to the nitty-gritty of what actually happened. And I think that I want my students to become passionate like I have for history through getting involved in that and really feeling the events and kind of reenacting them through their own experience. I really love being
What about Menaul School is intriguing and exciting for you?
I love the fact that the classrooms are small, the ratio is low, but mostly I like the fact that they're committed to diversity and quality education. They have a track record that's impeccable, and in New Mexico, just really something to be proud of.
Cool. You've worked with lots of different kids before. Tell me about working. I mean, you look pretty Anglo. Tell me about your work with other kinds of people.
Well, growing up, I actually, in different communities that I lived in, I was actually a minority.
Okay.
In different communities in Boston, there are a lot of different cultures there, and so I learned to interact with different cultures, but specifically, in the past several years that I've been working here in New Mexico at a boys ranch, we had people from all different cultures, not only working as staff, but specifically as residents that I was working with. We had Native Americans from several different tribes, and we had kids that were Hispanic, and actually I would say that probably the minority of kids were Caucasian.
Okay. Cool. You tell me about your college experience.
College was really exciting for me. It was an amazing experience, a really different experience. I went to a small liberal arts college, a Christian college just south of Boston, and was involved in athletics there, and that was a really amazing experience to be able to travel with the team, and the experience that you get just being part of something like that, something so big, and just feeling like you're really contributing to the campus in that way. And also I was class president for 2 years, and so I got involved in student government. I think I gained more actually from my activities in college at times than I did from the actual academic life, just because it really prepared me for the future and interacting with others, and the things that you learn on the court with your team really can be carried forward to the rest of life, and teamwork and commitment. That's really.
I know you love athletics. Tell me
Yes,
why you love sports and what about them excites you.
Well, I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts, so it's really a culture there, and grew up going ever since I was knee-high to Fenway Park and watching the Sox play, and I've been to many, many games, even some playoff games, so it's been really exciting. And I grew up going to the Garden too, before they turned it into the Fleet Center. Now it's the new Garden and everything, and redid it. Yeah. And so I think it was kind of ingrained in me from a young age to love sports. So not only do I love to spectate sports, I also love to participate in them, and I was a collegiate volleyball player at Eastern Nazarene College. So.
And you played other sports in high school?
I did. I ran track.
Okay. Cool. Now, what was your own personal, most powerful academic experience?
I would have to say when I was in high school, I took history, advanced placement history, several courses with a teacher by the name of Dr. Smith. And Dr. Smith had a doctorate from Harvard. And he decided that he wanted to kind of give back to the community and work in the high schools. And he was so passionate about the material, but also really knowledgeable. And he didn't just assume because we were a public city high school that we weren't going to be able to reach his standards. And so he really challenged us and really made the material come alive through a lot of different ways, but mostly through his own passion passed on.
Okay.
to horseback ride. I own a thoroughbred, a former racehorse, and I love to play volleyball and get involved in theater and singing.
Tell me about your horse.
My horse, his name is Diablo. He is a retired racehorse. He was injured on the track, and I rescued him. He's 11 years old, and he probably is my favorite thing in my life right now to do when I'm on my free time.
Cool.
I love to ride him.
So you get to ride him once a week, twice a week? How many times a week do you get to ride your horse?
Well, the weather's been kind of interesting lately,
Yeah,
so
it is.
it really is dependent on the weather and how often I can get down there to him, but I would say 2 times a week on average.
That's cool. That's great. What life experiences have best prepared you to be a teacher?
I think that being a student is the best experience that you can have to be a teacher. Knowing what it feels like to be in the classroom, and I'm currently still a student, I'm in graduate school, so it's kind of been a lifelong experience for me, but knowing what techniques work, what techniques don't work, I think is very, very helpful, and being committed to lifelong learning. Obviously, you're flipping the coin and being on the opposite side, but I think that's probably prepared me more than anything.
Pamela, tell me about your something you'd share with students about yourself personally.
I think they would know without asking that I'm not from New Mexico,
Okay.
so I would probably share a little bit about my culture back in the Northeast.
Okay.
And probably a little bit about my passion for life and different things that I'm involved in. I think that's important, that students know that teachers aren't just an entity that just stay in the classroom and all they do is teach.
So what are the things you're involved in outside the classroom, so to speak?
Right now, mostly it's graduate school.
Right.
I'm a full-time graduate student in counseling. I'm about halfway through.
Right.
And so that's taking up a lot of my time, but as I mentioned earlier, I really have a passion for horseback riding, and I'm really involved with my rescued thoroughbred Diablo and training him and riding him. It's a lot of fun. It's a great outlet. This is Miss Christie, and I thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to meeting you all in August. I really look